I'm going to finish with this. Is anybody familiar with the 17th century Scottish Presbyterians? Known as the Covenanters. You heard about them? Iris, have you heard about the Covenanters? You're not going to admit anything. You don't know what story I'm going to say, do you? They fought against tyranny in their own day. Of course they did. The tyrannical kings on the throne in London, as usual. They fought by the power of God against incursions by the state into church affairs in the 17th century. They knew that Jesus is Lord, not the kings of England or Scotland. They knew what overreach was. They knew what authoritarianism was. They knew what a rising tyranny looked like. And because of Christ, Lord of their lives, they said no. And so, refusing to take an oath to the king, they were tortured, hunted, imprisoned, killed. They stated, "I will not die for a tyrant king." That's why I love the stories of the French resistance of the Second World War. They were heroic. And in many other nations, they were absolutely heroic. We will not die for this tyrant king. So they wrote a covenant, and they agreed together. And each person who would give assent to the covenant signed their name in their own blood. They cut their veins and wrote their name in their own blood because they knew tyranny. Jesus is king. He is our sole authority in church matters. They effectively said, "He died for me, so I will die for him." In this book, this wonderful book, Live Not by Lies, by Rod Dreher, on page 191, he says this: "When the Gestapo or the KGB show up and demand you bow to the swastika or the hammer and sickle, or whatever else it might be that you're forced to bow down to, the faithful Christian would make the sign of the cross and then walk with fear and trembling to Golgotha." Wow.